coming from the hospital bed still. My voice is a little messed up right now. It's still kind of messed up from the several endoscopies I've had and all types of stuff, but I'm making it through. So, update, there is no update. Dr. Parliament came in to speak to me and told me that the results still are not in, so can't do nothing until the results are in. So that's where I stand right now. Um, my blood still has not, the blood has not started back again. So everything's cool. The doctor did say, I don't want to get too happy because thank you for the like. Thank you. The doctor did say that I don't even want to say nothing because I'm going to just get upset, I feel, because I know it's probably not going to happen. But he said that, the fact that I have not been bleeding for the past 4 days and my hemoglobin is up, told me to know that maybe I could go home and they can figure this out and I could come back for an outpatient surgery or procedure, whatever they want to do. That would be nice and ideal. However, I know that I cannot leave until I get my blood thinner. So still that will have to happen. So still don't know. But y'all, I should be closer to getting out of here. I have to be. There is no way I can stay here that much longer. There's just no way. That's not happening. So that's that. Yes. But I want to say thank you for everyone who has been constantly checking up on me, keeping me in your prayers, praying for me, and all of that stuff. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all of the comments. A lot of people commented on my video from where I had to report a nurse. There was one person in particular that I want to give a shout out to because she told me that I could go. She's a retired nurse. She's a retired ICU nurse, I think, and she told me that I could go to like 2 other boards or whatever to report this nurse because I don't know, because I know that this nurse is still roaming around on this floor right now as I am in here, and I still feel uncomfortable. So I want to say thank you to that nurse, and I am definitely gonna follow up on that. Anyways, I have not been on here in so long. I miss coming up on here. I know a lot of people are like, where is she? What's going on? But I am going to be here for just a second. I'm actually just waiting for my breakfast to come, and then I'm jumping off of here, or unless a doctor or a nurse come in here. But what is going on? How has everybody been? What's good? What's shaking? What's cracking? Diddy. Diddy. Kid Cudi is on the stand right now as we speak. He is speaking on, Diddy blowing up the car. Him and Cassie had their relationship. He was telling about how he wants to whoop Diddy's ass and all this type of jazz. Diddy is a menace. He's a monster. He is just downright crazy. Yesterday's testimony was outrageous. Can we talk about it? Because y'all know I made notes. I want to talk about it. I haven't been able to talk. Y'all know, anyone who knows me, who comes to my channel knows that I have been waiting for this Diddy trial forever. And finally it's here, and I just happen to be in here. And y'all know I would have been going live every morning for Hey Bew Heyyy in the morning to talk about this and before I went to work. And since I'm here, I cannot. So let's just talk about it a little bit, shall we? They are going in. They are trying to prove this RICO case right away with Cassie. Cassie has already testified. She came up in there barefoot and pregnant. Well, not barefoot, but she was big and pregnant. All of that stuff. The nerve of him trying to get Alex fine ass. That's what I call him. Alex fine ass. Kicked out of the courtroom. Knowing damn well that he is not going to be calling no Alex to the witness stand. After her mother testified and they didn't cross-examine, and the defense didn't cross-examine her, there's no way they're gonna call Alex fine ass to the stand. I just don't see it happening. He is not gonna want that. Diddy can't stand to look at him. Yeah, I got your woman and the kids that you'll never have by her. All of that, she healed and she mine. It's like a big you to him. So Diddy does not want Alex to testify. That's a bold-faced lie. He just wanted him out the courtroom to try to throw out Cassie and have her support system. You're an asshole, Diddy. You are an asshole. But another thing is, can we talk about him walking around in a hijab and nothing else? Can we talk about that? So it is said that Diddy is walking around in a hijab during the freak offs with nothing else on. All right. The Punisher, one of the Smex workers who frequently went with them, testified yesterday about this. And he said when he first met him, they would meet up at the Trump Tower Hotel in New York. That's one of Diddy's favorite hotels, obviously. He loves a good Trump hotel. That's kind of his boy. He's hoping that Trump will give him a pardon. It's not going to happen. It looks like Tory Lanez will get a pardon from Trump before Diddy do. Should have had him on tape, bruh. You're doing the wrong people. Anyways, so it's a lot. So yeah. So that happened. I just can't believe. Just imagine being in the courtroom. Imagine being a juror. I would love to have been a juror to see all of this going on and to be able to write a book or something about it after it. I'd be doing mad interviews. I'd be doing so much with this if I was a juror. These jurors better milk it when this is over. They really, really better. Like, milk it till the wheels fall off. Y'all got yourself a bag for this. Y'all got yourself a bag. Now, I've been following Tisa Tales. It's the only person I really follow, period, for all of my news. YouTuber, that's my favorite YouTuber. Shout out to Tisa Tales. And y'all know I always have my segment called what? Tisa Told Me. So, after I watched Tisa last night, and first of all, Cassie's mother is a fan of Tisa Tales. So Tisa wasn't even, Tisa don't try to toot her own horn or whatever, right? So when Cassie's mom passed by and she said to her, I watch you or I follow you or something like that. And, you know how Tisa is. She looked, she thought, but she was like, nah, no, with me. All right. But come to follow up and double up, yes, Cassie mom watches and listens to Tisa Tales. So Tisa, girl, you are really doing your thing out here. And I love you, girl. Thank you for giving us the juice. You make me want to be a better blogger, and you be giving me the juice that I can give the juice. So if y'all don't follow Tisa Tales, please do. And anyone who be talking shit about her, y'all better quit. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that, okay? But Diddy's ex-assistant, David James, also testified yesterday. He talked about all the rugs, all the prescriptions, street prescriptions, if you will, that Diddy used. He loved the X, he loved the perks. He took the perks in the morning, took the X at night. Come to find out, the baby oil was just regular baby oil, but it was the eye drops. He had eye drops laced with MDMA, whatever that is, MDMA. What is that? But he had the eye drops laced with that. Like, what does that do to your eyes? I'm trying to figure out something here. What does that do? You would probably think that it would be a direct hit and it would probably hit them faster, because that's your eyes, yo. That's your eyes, right? But it's just absolutely crazy. He also had some pills that were unmarked. He kept $10,000 plus worth of cash on him at all times. Baby oil, lubes, condoms. A lot of people talked about that they didn't see condoms in any of the rooms when it was raided or whatever, but apparently there were condoms. Some people, I would hope so, And remember, we still have to find out still whether or not Diddy has been out here spreading that love, if you know what I mean. Because it is said that he is looking for an expert in a sexual transmitted disease type of expert that can follow up on his behalf. And as far as I know, he has not found one yet. So we'll see how that goes for him when it gets to that point. Um, what else they say? Um, Yeah, so David James also testified that Diddy was very, very suspicious of him. Thought that he had stole jewelry from him before, made him take polygraph tests before. I mean, it was a whole bit. Diddy was absolutely insane. He had an FBI friend, agent, whatever. I don't know if he was former or if he was still on, but he would bring a polygraph test. He was literally giving people polygraph tests. What the fuck? What? What? Um, David James also talked about how the fact that when he was his assistant, that he had to drive Diddy in the middle of a freak off, drive Diddy to go confront Suge Knight, while Diddy had three pew pews on the seat. Three pew pews, and it was Diddy, James driving, and someone else in the car. So three pew pews, three people. What does that mean? Everybody got one, everybody doing something, right? So that's what everything was assumed. And of course, what can you do? You can't say nothing. He's got three pew pews right there. If you say no, one of them pew pews is going to be on you. Simple as that. And that's where people go to say, why didn't you stop? Why did you go? Why did you this? And the same with Cassie. Why didn't she just leave? It is easier said than done. And then there was a whole entire expert on the stand also yesterday who explained why Cassie stayed and how, the syndrome works of when you are being held captive and, beat, all of this stuff, it pays into Stockholm syndrome, and it's probably a whole nother thing. And so the lady who testified, the expert on that, she did phenomenal. And I believe this is also the exact same expert who shredded Amber Heard in the Johnny Depp case. Yeah. So kudos to her. She's a good one. They brought up the chef, the whole thing with the chef where he had fired the chef. Well, David James was the assistant during that time, and he wanted David to go and give a false police report saying that the chef attacked Diddy instead of Diddy attacking the chef. He wanted him to lie and say the chef attacked him. But I guess he didn't do that. He went outside, catch his breath, whatever, and came back and said he did, but he didn't. But after the whole Suge Knight thing, that is when David James was like, you know what, I'm out. He went to HR and he quit. They offered him another position at another Sean John location or something like that other. He said, no, I want out. I don't know no parts of this. I'm done. I'm through. I'm out. I'm deuces. And so he left and he never returned. So yeah. But another thing that tripped me out yesterday was talking about the whole ketchup thing. Now I need to taste ketchup from London. I need to taste ketchup from London because this whole ketchup situation, I need to know what is the problem here, sir. What is the problem, officer? Thank you for the second like. What is the problem, officer? What are we doing here? I just don't understand. The thing about that is shit, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. The ketchup. The thing about that is, the whole thing is he wanted it for his burger, I believe. And come to find out, this man likes applesauce on his hamburger, cheeseburger. What? His burger. What is that? Everyone's got their own food kinks or whatever, but applesauce on a burger. Look, that's your thing. Look, that's a crime within itself too. Put him under the jail for that alone. Forget everything else, RICO and all. It don't even matter. He would take water pills to help him lose weight. That was another pill that he always had on him. I feel it because I be on it too. But he had to take the Viagra. He had to take Viagra because he had been doing too many other things. Hello, Hall 33183. Oh crap. There. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Can I get anything else for you?
I am good, thank you.
Hello, we're gonna pre-bug you before you start eating.
Okay. That's cool.
Fix figure better now than in the middle of lunch, right?
Yes.
Let's see where your cup is hiding. Hello. It might take a minute. Always does. Oh, such pretty flowers, girl.
Oh, they're checking on you. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Everything's good.
Awesome. Do you need anything right now?
A cup of ice, please. 2 cups of ice.
2 cups of ice? Okay, I'll go grab that.
Thank you.
There you put this on the other finger. Temperature. Perfect. Looking good. Beautiful. Take it.
Yes, better.
Better.
That's better.
Yeah. And then anything over 65 for map is good. So you'll kind of just learn the numbers to look for.
Okay.
Because sometimes I've had it where I like leave the room and then I go to chart it all and it's like red. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
So, did you get everything else?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds like Wendy's grabbing some ice for you. Do you need anything else?
I am good, thank you.
Good. You're welcome.
Hello. Here's some ice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Door open or closed?
Close, please. Well, everybody just come in all at once. See, that's why I can't go live. Because they just keep coming in. But food is here, so it's time for me to eat, y'all. But let me go through some things before I get off of here. Let me go through everything because, child, a lot's going on. And I haven't been here in a while, so let me get it off my chest. Okay? So, so then what's the guy's name? Bew Heyyy, the Punisher, which is the guy who, was one of the SMEX workers. Also, before we get to him, David James had also talked about another assistant who was so dehydrated for working 24 hours and had to be rushed to the hospital. These are the type of things that Diddy did. These are the patterns. They're trying to create a pattern here and show what he is capable of, how he manipulates people, how he has all these people in his pocket doing all of these things. So one thing after another, the prosecution is starting to really make their case look like something now. The first couple of days we didn't see where it was going and all of that. But after yesterday, they definitely are starting to prove the RICO case, and it is going full motion. And Diddy it's a wrap for you, Diddy. A lot of outlets and news media keep talking about the fact that, oh, Diddy could go free, this, that, and the third. I mean, look, he is not going to go free. He is going to be charged with something. He is not going to be found not guilty across the board. So, although he may not, be found guilty of this, that, and the third, he is guilty of this, and this. All right? We have so much still to go through. They are talking about this case lasting maybe up to 8 to 10 weeks. There is that much going on. We are going all the way back from 1990. We're going to the UK. We're going everywhere with this, all right? There is so much that this man has done. There is so much to still cover. They haven't got to the tunnels yet. They haven't got to the co-conspirators yet. They haven't got to I wonder if they're going to talk about the white parties. We have the freak-offs, but I wonder about the white parties. The pictures with him and Rev Run and Leonardo DiCaprio and Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, all in white, all in the pictures, all in the video. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those are the type of things. We still have so many more weeks to go to get through so much. You know, it's going to be to a point we're going to forget this, forget to be like, oh, wow, forgot about that. It's that much going on. So it's a lot we need to just be staying in tune for what's going on. But let's see. But cash was always used to purchase everything. He did not want to leave a trail for anything. Um when Cassie's mother testified, she put the icing on the cake. And that is why they did not touch her in a cross examination. And that was great. I'm glad that they did not mess with her, leave her alone. The fact that he tried to extort her, like, what kind of man are you? So you mean to tell me you took the money that was supposed to be for Cassie, spent it on Cassie and other stuff, and then you turned around and blackmailed and extorted her family for $20,000? Now he gave it back 30 days, 45 days later. But once you sent it, and once the transaction was made the first time, it is extortion, regardless of anything. Just like you can rob someone and bring it back, no, you still robbed me. The deed was still done. You still did what you did, so you can't take that back. So extortion is extortion. Is extortion is extortion. Period. Um. So the Punisher, Sheree Hayes, met them first in 2012 at the Trump Tower. He was first given $800 to create a sexy scene with the baby oil. Diddy was and this is where he goes in and talk about Diddy was real particular about that baby oil. He wanted it everywhere, everyone, everywhere, every minute. It was important. It was a necessity. Um, he was told to have no communication with Diddy, not to look at him when he was doing these things with Cassie, all while Diddy is across the room or right up there in a hijab, in a Muslim veil, hijab. Like, what? Nothing else. It's crazy. And then he mentions that at some point, I guess after a couple of times, Diddy got comfortable with him and he was wearing a baseball cap. The difference. That goes back to the Dave Chappelle scene on Dave Chappelle's show when he did that Making the Band skit when Diddy is in a robe and in a baseball hat. This was real. We were laughing back then, but this was real the whole freaking time. That is what's so crazy about this. He used a lot of baby oil. It was a must. He said it appeared to be a fetish to him. There were sheets on the furniture. There was candles, lighting, lights, camera, action. You know, he wanted the whole bit. He was setting the scene. I can't help but think that, and I said this from the beginning, and someone else said this on, either Tisa herself said it or someone in Tisa's chat said it. But yes, all this lights, camera, action, I wouldn't be surprised if he was making money off of these videos. Like, why do you have videos? Why do you have so many? Why was it such a big deal? Why was lighting such a big deal? You know, you made it want to look like, a peacorn. Peacorn. You know what I'm saying? Peacorn. 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 So, I just can't help but understand and think that, these could be on the black web. You never know. The black web is a hell of a drug. I want to get on the black web. I ain't even gonna lie, because I need to just see for myself the craziness that alerts. But then again, I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can handle it. That's where the rich people play at too, on the black web. They can do whatever they want. You know, having real life Squid Games and stuff like that. Like, I can't play around. No, thank you. Puff Daddy would always instruct him when to finish. Talk about Punisher. I mean, there are times, and the last time that they did use the Punisher, he was scared that it was going to be his last time, because the last time it was just too much. It was too intense, and he couldn't perform. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do what Diddy wanted him to do. And so And for that note, Diddy never called him back again. Never ever saw them again. It is crazy. But he paid him well because he got 800 up first, and then after that he got another 12 for being a very good boy and doing a good job when he did his thing. So he never looked at Cassie as a friend or whatever, but you know, I think he did say that he would see the resentment a little bit, the hold back. She would sigh and grunt a little bit at directions. She didn't like that. It was too many directions, all of this. It wasn't fun for her. And he kind of contested to that she was not enjoying herself. This was not fun. This was not what was up. Um, what else? Yeah, she would be frustrated with the frequency of the direction. Um, 2013 was their 2015 was their last encounter. He had put Diddy put two condoms on a couch and said, "I'm ready to see you, her now." Like what? I wouldn't be able to perform either if that's how you looking at me and got me trying to like buy me dinner first, sir. What? Um, yeah, but he couldn't do it anything. So, and that was the last time he saw. And I bet Cassie was happy about that. Like, oh, thank goodness. I ain't got to do this mess. Thank you, God. But I'm sure he made her compensate in some other type of way down the line. Um, the Punisher said he was actually surprised by the condoms because he never used them before. What's tea? What's good? Um, So, and that was basically all the testimony from the Punisher. Next up was Gerard Gannon. He was a special agent of Homeland Security in Miami, and he raided the houses. He was, in the mansion. He was there, and he gave details about that. There was about 80 to 90 law enforcement agencies to cover the whole entire mansion, even on boats to prevent people from coming in and off of the island from the water. Um, Found high heels, 16 pairs of high heels. Who is wearing those? Um, Toys, if you will, lubes, lingerie, um, upper and lower receivers of AK-15s. The pew-pews. They mentioned something about them being automatic and semi-automatic, but when they found them, they were set on semi-automatic. But yeah, some pew-pews were found with the serial number off on them. You know what that means. Um, they seized a red dot optic plate, which is used to, the red dot to, snipers use to make sure they get their target. Yeah, which is crazy because that just takes me back to, what you call it, Biggie and Puffy's song. Um, God, what is the name of it? What is the name of it? Who's this paging me at 5:46 in the morning, cracking yawning, now I'm yawning, wipe the cold out my eyes. See who's this paging me and why? It's my nigga Pocket from the barber shop. That song. So, at the end of that song, he's like, oh, shoot, you got a red dot on your head. Oh, shoot, you got a red dot on your head, too. That's what that makes me think. That makes me think, listen to, sometimes you gotta listen to the music. Now I want to go back and listen to the music just to see what I can hear. You know what I'm saying? And the video, all in the videos. Always watch the video. We can see what's really going on. Tell your friends to get with me and my friends. We can be friends. We can do this every weekend, all right? He was talking about the freak offs and the Big Papa. If you think about it, that child. Where was Biggie? Where was Biggie? When he was alive, where was Biggie? Where was he? And I wonder when Biggie realized, I can't fuck with this dude no more. And that is why he's not here no more. Because Diddy knew he didn't want to mess with him no more. Diddy knew he was going to leave and make his own. Oh, that would have been so grand. So, so grand. Also, what was said? But that's basically, but they didn't get far with Gerard Gannon. He did get back on the stand today, and now also after him, Kid Cudi will be on, and he's talking right now. So they both have, if Kid Cudi probably is still on the stand now, they'll probably talk to him throughout the rest of the day, maybe, and cross examine him tomorrow. Who knows? That's going to be a kicker, how they treat him, how the defense treats Kid Cudi. That will be something to definitely see. Um, this is the second day in a row yesterday that the Suns were not there also. Um, then the surprise witness. They had a surprise witness, George Kaplan. And this was crazy because right then and there in court, George flipped. Right then and there in court. They gave that man immunity right then and there in court. Right then and there. But the thing is, here's the kicker. When you're given immunity, you have to testify. And when you testify, you have to tell the truth. And if you don't tell the truth, you're screwed. And it's over for your it's over for your immunity. So he has to tell the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Or he's screwed. That's a trap. That's a trap. Um, Also, Mark Filio, without trying to, but he's just stupid like that, mentioned and made sure that Gina was in fact the third witness that decided to run away or whatever that the defense did with her, got her cooped up somewhere, gave her some money, hiding her and whatnot. The kicker is she gave statements, her sworn statement before she decided to not do this, and that is now going to be used, can be used in court. Mark Agnifilio is trying to get it not. He had until last night at 10 o'clock to write a letter to the judge saying why it shouldn't be used. So, can't wait to find out if how that sticks or not, or how that's gonna go. But yeah, they're trying to get that to not be used. So, and now we are here today. So later on today, we'll talk about it because I am going to be here. I cannot not go live anymore. I have to do it. Whether I'm here or not, I have to. Yeah, so we talked about the expert was bringing on the facts of why Cassie stayed. Yesterday he was wearing, Diddy wore a yellow sweater, gray pants, and a white t-shirt. Some of all of the rugs that were in this suitcase, it also was said that he had faces of Obama on his pills. What? Who is doing that? Where are you getting these pills to where there's faces of Obama on them? That's frightening. I need to talk to Obama about this. I don't like it. There was Colombian dancing, does Special K, a plastic straw that tested for Coca-Cola and MDMA, and ketamine. Eye drops were laced. That's what it said. The eye drops were laced. There was $100 bill rolled up, a plastic bag with MDMA, and all other types of colored prescription pills, Xanax and Perks. But they said that the expert destroyed Diddy. It was a wrap for him. He had a bad day. And yeah, Agnifilio, you're just a hot mess. Talking about Gina's not here. He made a whole mockery in the court, I guess, with the theatrics and all of that. He is really good for that. He is really Diddy's bitch this whole trial. He really, really is. He really, really is. I was on TikTok, or it was IG, and I came across a video of a woman, and she made a very good point. When Cassie was on the stand, she named how Diddy had these other aliases, and he went by Frank Black, and I believe Biggie went by Frank White. But anyway, when the raid happened and things were confiscated, pill bottles, prescription bottles were confiscated, the name on the pill bottle was Frank Black. You are not allowed to prescribe pills to someone in another person's name, especially a person that doesn't exist. They are going to be in so much trouble. So much trouble. Whoever um gave Diddy the rugs. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for them. They can now be a co-conspirator. The whole entire Diddy LLC is about to be co-conspirating. Really, really is. So it'll be interesting today to see if the kids showed up. At least the boys. I don't think the girls are, and as well they shouldn't, and I hope they don't. Um, but we have a lot going on today, so we will be going in on that. But just real quick, some other things that have been going on. Um, that I just wanted to get out of here. Chris Brown is out on bail after he had got locked up for the whole incident where he hit someone over the head with a bottle in London, I believe. Yeah, so he got locked up back. He was in London. He got locked up for it, and he is now out and back on stage. He went from jail cell to the stage. So hey, do your thing. Um, this is just a quick public service announcement. I heard a woman refer to Caroline Levitt as KK Caroline. I will now be calling her KK Caroline from here on out. Um, Taylor Swift, Scott Swift, her daddy. He is responsible for going to whistleblowing, the whistleblower Brian Friedman. He gave everything to Brian. He put Blake Lively on blast. He said, "What you not gonna do is blackmail my daughter and think my daughter gonna be still gonna be in your good graces and not pulling no shit." Like, no, I don't play that. My daughter might play it, but I don't play that. Scott said, "Watch me work. Watch this heifer," and he did, and he did. But baby, darn it, I have to talk about Handmaid's Tale real quick. Oh my gosh. Lawrence, Commander Lawrence, and Nick are both dead. Both of their characters died in the plane crash at the end. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched. I'm sorry. That was not supposed to happen. I am not well, bitch. I am not well. I promise you I'm not well. That was not what I needed. That was not on my bucket list. That wasn't on my bingo card. None of that. I was so hurt. So hurt. I couldn't believe it. Like, no. Piper, no. It was one thing then with Lawrence. It's like Lawrence knew. Like, he knew. And it's like, it was that moment between him and June. It was something because, you know, Commander Lawrence is responsible for how Gilead is structured and made. He basically made the blueprint for it. And it was very poetic that he was the one to get on the plane and have that mom on there and do that. That was commendable. But when Nick came at the last minute. But you know what? Nick had to go because it wouldn't have made sense for June and Luke to live their happily ever after. And call me crazy. I wish you would have chose Nick. I would love to know if there's an alternative ending to where she ends up with Nick. I need to know that for me. I need to know that. I mean, maybe he could have ended up with Moira, you know? Luke and Moira could have just ended up together or something like that. You know, I don't care. Whatever. But I wanted her to be with Nick. And I still want her to be with Nick. And what if Nick survives? What if Nick survives? What if some way, somehow, you know, because we don't know, once the plan, look, hear me out. Once the plan had, hear me out, y'all. Once the plan had took off, I'm talking, look, I'm just making up stuff. The camera is looking at June. The camera is on June. We don't know what was said or what was done or what happened when they started going up You know, anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. A miracle could have happened. Maybe, you know, he put on the parachute or something somewhere, and maybe he knew what was gonna happen. And nigga's gone. I know I need to shut up because I sound crazy. I just don't want to accept it. This is not a good one. I'm not well, bitch. I'm not well. It's just, that's my nerves are shot. I need to smoke. Okay, I need to smoke. There is no way I can watch the finale sober. I had no business watching these last two episodes sober. No, Piper, no. And I feel like I need to watch it again. I am going to watch it again. Before the finale, I'm going to watch it again. Because, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then Aunt Lydia. Is Aunt Lydia alive or not? I don't know what happened to Aunt Lydia when that scene. Can we talk about that scene? Can we talk about the hanging scene when June was actually hung? High up like that? They had her, y'all. They had her. Oh my goodness. But Rita came to the rescue. Rita said, watch me work. She pulled out that pum pum. She was like, she knew Rita did that shit before. She knew what she was doing. But she made sure she got June off of that thing. Whew. But then that fall. Imagine choking and then falling. Like, that would have took me out. But she's a tough cookie. She survived. Can't keep a good woman down. Don't let these motherfuckers grind you down. Exactly. Episode 9 was perfection. Even despite, episode 9 was perfection. And kudos. It was perfect. It was perfect. And Monday, oh my God, I can't wait. It's going to have to be a watch party, I feel, or something, because, ooh, Jesus, I cannot wait. I might have to go live just to be, it's just so much. But I just wanted to kick it for a little bit. I think 40 minutes is well enough. So, y'all, thanks for kicking it with me, getting the information, talking about Diddy and all that good stuff. To the MVPs who always catch my replay, thank you very much. I don't know why I'm not getting any comments at here. I see people in the chat, but no comments while I've been at work. That's weird. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or whatever. Maybe I can't get them in the hospital. I don't know. Try the yellow pages. But y'all have a good day. I will talk to y'all later, baby. Who knows? But y'all definitely get some update videos. And I'll holla. Bye, y'all.